What is Canada's role in the world?
We're supposed to be leaders. We're supposed to set the precedent on everything from rights, being able to live in a free country where everyone has a voice and not punished. That's why we came to this country. My family brought us here, and that's what we do. We set the precedents for that. So
I'm going to say what I've always said from when I've heard it since I was a child: peacemakers.
I wouldn't say a role in the world, but a role that I see this country in my life is a place that I want to call home eventually, because I'm an international student, so I can't speak for the world, but at least for me, I see it as a future home.
Well, typically we represent more of a peacekeeping nation, so I hope we can have that sort of influence in the conflict that's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's also our country is kind of a place of solitude where some of those people can come and take a rest from what's going on over there.
Kind of like a beacon of hope lately. I think we all generally just think it's a place for peace and acceptance, and with all the noise, especially with media lately, I think we can all take solace in just the camaraderie of Canada.
We used to be peacemakers, but I'm not really sure what Canada's role in the world is right now. I hope it's to help people, but I'm not so sure about that now. Everything seems so politically motivated. It's hard to say. I hope we're being good people when we go and represent ourselves in different countries.
Well, I'm a little bit embarrassed because we have it seems like a political inability to get decisions and to get things done and to make good decisions. Look at the Afghani people. How many have come to Canada after we promised? The Ukrainian backlog. There's been only maybe 1,000 people arrived, and there's thousands more need to come. We have to somehow address the bureaucratic nightmare, whatever it is. I'm not sure who's at fault, but it should be addressed.
I was in the military for a long time, and I really support the fact that Canada is a good multicultural country and has an obligation to help where possible, when possible, but there are times in which we can't overextend ourselves. We just don't have all the resources, and we're not United States. We're proud to be very Canadian.
I mean, you look at the history of Canada's involvement in terms of since World War II. They've been all over the world as peacekeepers. They've been in Africa, they've been in Europe, they've been in, and they're currently, with the Ukraine issue and Russia, I see that happening more and more.
Well, for me, I think about the Titanic disaster and the people of Peggy's Cove and Halifax coming together and, bringing in all the casualties. Also, they came together for Peggy's Cove, for the Swissair disaster and 9/11. So to me, it just kind of shows the spirit of Canada, and especially the East Coast people in Halifax and Nova Scotia.
Being more lenient with these immigrants. They're giving more room for immigrants to enter Canada, because really Canada needs workers from around the world.
I think we're good role models for the rest of the world, and I know we're far from perfect. We have a terrible track record, especially in terms of with regards to Indigenous peoples, but I think that we do a better job than most other countries, and I think, we're a good role model for others.
Yeah, and I guess with what's happened with the States lately, before the previous administration, the person who shall not be named, they've fallen down as world leaders. They're no longer even in that conversation. So I think we have an opportunity. We always were, especially under Pearson, but now we have an opportunity to really change that. So I think we can become world leaders in other ways, even though we're not a big power.
Well, it's very important, actually, in view of the events that are happening today. We have shown good leadership and cooperation with other countries, and it's probably the best place in the world to live.
I second all of that. I think having a multicultural example for the world, and we have things we can improve, but we can be a better example. But we do peacekeeping. We participate in NATO. We're part of the world in our minor way, and that's compared to what's happening in other places nearby. It's a really good thing.